Hello everyone, this is Sandeep once again. So hope everyone is doing well, though things are not in great shape because we are losing in the Olympics. And being a sports lover, this is a situation where you don't want to be. You want your country to be winning in the highest level of sports, that is the Olympics. It's a place where every sports person wants to be achieving glory, but it seems we have missed on achieving some medals by the barest of margins. Yesterday again, we saw Lakshya Sen in his bronze medal match, losing that match after having gained an advantage by winning the first set. And the more interesting part came later on in the day when the mentor for the badminton team, this time Prakash Padukone, an all-time great for India in the field of badminton, a person who had won the All England Badminton Championships many moons ago. He said that players have to be accountable. Players have to deliver results because they are getting almost everything they are demanding. Well, there are a lot of views that are emanating because of this statement. Some are saying that Prakash Padukone is walking the talk. He's being upfront with the issues that are plaguing Indian sports, and maybe he's correct. While there's another school of opinion, that school of thought, that Prakash Padukone should not have said this statement at this point of time. The Olympics are still going on, and saying that players are getting all the facilities that both the administration, the federation, and the government are providing, but they are not able to deliver results, or they are missing out on the crunch moments and losing out medals, is not acceptable. So those things are said by a group of people that he should not have said these things at this point of time. Maybe those kind of post-mortem statements could have been done later on. Well, that's a highly debatable thing, and I'm sure there are going to be many debates on this fact that whether Prakash Padukone was right or was he wrong. But one thing is very clear, that there are two extremes to this particular point of view. There's a extreme which might be a healthy extreme. There might be another extreme which might be unhealthy, and that brings me to many aspects like leadership, aspects like management, aspects like productivity. And these things are not just in the professional sports world, that's in our everyday life. It's also in our job life. I mean, the 9 to 5 jobs, the professional jobs that we do in the private sector or the public sector. So these are some interesting things that I would like to share to you. Of course, losing Olympic medal after 4 years of serious hard work, after 4 years of effort given by many sections. It's not just the player, but the entire support staff, the ecosystem, the players, family. They all have given so much of sacrifice to achieve the glory in the Olympics. But after failing, that it doesn't seems very nice to be criticized, because it's not that Lakshya Sen must have intentionally lost the match. Definitely he could not grab the crunch moments. So here comes a lot of stuff that has to be understood. And yes, I do agree, Prakash Padukone also talk about the mental conditioning aspect, and that is also a very important aspect that has been projected by Mr. Padukone, because it's not about talent alone. A talent can take you to a certain level, but beyond that, it has to be your attitude, your mental ability to handle pressure, your ability to win the crunch moments, your ability to shut out the noise. All these things comes into the picture. So here the role of the a sports psychologist or a manager or even a conditioning coach is very important. So is these things happening in Indian sports? Is India doing enough to make sure their players are in perfect health, in perfect fitness health? I mean, in terms of physical health, but also in terms of mental health. Why are Indian players losing out in semifinals, in quarterfinals, or in important matches is something to be, you know, discussed about. And that's where I feel a lot of analysis must be done for the next 4 years, because 2028 LA again the Olympics will be held. So that's where we should not be again repeating the same things, that okay, we were good, we were talented, we had good players, we had medal prospects, but we could not win one. As Prakash Padukone had, he might have been pretty much disappointed, because he was saying he felt that the badminton team could have won 3 medals. But yeah, I mean, it happens in sport. Results are not in your control. It is the process, and that's where I want to really deep dive into, because the process involves not just the physical fitness of the athlete, the programs that we do, the nutrition programs, the uh, you know conditioning programs to improve the physical fitness, the drills that we do, the techniques that we learn. Yes, that is required, and that will be taught to the player. But what the player also needs to be taught, or maybe has to be given space to develop that ability, is the mental strength. And that's where a new scope is emerging in the field of sports, where managerial skills are required. Skills that are not probably present in the sports coach, the coach who is a badminton coach, or a tennis coach, or a cricket coach, or a hockey coach, might know the techniques of the game, but the nuances, the soft skills, the skills to communicate, the skills to handle pressure, those things are managerial stuff. And that's where I feel Indian sports will be benefited if they take managers, they take sports psychologists, they take mental conditioning coach across sports. It has not been taken, no, it has been taken earlier. Remember the name Paddy Upton? He was one of the famous mental conditioning coach for the Indian cricket team, and he was one of the persons who was responsible for a big turnaround in Indian cricket. His skills led him to identify leadership abilities amongst the individuals, people who act like alpha leaders, people who act like motivators, and people who can drive the team in tough situation. That's how he identified or helped in developing Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who was the captain at that point of time. So Indian sports, the other sports of India like badminton, where we are really, this is the first time actually we will not be winning any medals. For the last 3 Olympics, we had won medals in the Olympics, but this time we came very close, but we lost out. We had chances of winning at least 3 medals. I felt the doubles duo Satwik and Chirag, PV Sindhu could have gone for a hat trick, and Lakshya Sen, oh, he was so close against Victor Axelsen, one of the greatest players of all time. He was 2017. He had 3 game points, and he was 7-0 up in the second set. It is not because Lakshya lost out because of his lack of talent. It was somehow the mental strength of Axelsen which overcome Lakshya. And that's where we have to identify the importance of a mental conditioning coach. I'm sure these kind of experts are already there in the sporting field of India, but I'm just touching upon this subject, that emphasizing that this is required from the grassroots level. Yes, we have got the great academies, we have got the great federations, we've got academics like NCA, we have got the Prakash Padukone, the Gopichan academies in badminton, we have got the National Sports Academy at Patiala. I'm sure those kind of experts will be there, but do we have those kind of experts at the ground level? Do we have mental conditioning teachers or sports psychologists in school levels, at district level associations? I'm sure we don't have. We don't have managers who have the experience of handling teams, handling through tough situation, achieving targets under tremendous pressure, being employed in such a sector like sports, because sports exclusively has always been for people from the field of sports. But now I guess it's high time India start thinking of employing professionals from the grassroots level for specific sort of solutions. And for mental health, for mental conditioning, I think we need people who are from the field of psychology, from the field of management. In fact, there's a concept called alpha leader. So we have got various kind of leaders in sports, and one leader will be a very good leader, and it's not just about team sports, it's all about the individual sports, because there's an icon that you always look up to, who will always, for example, Neeraj Chopra is an icon. I hear many of the players talking about Neeraj Chopra is such a good person to talk to, is such a good motivator. So I can put Neeraj Chopra as an alpha leader in Indian sports. Now, alpha leader is somebody who has got two kind of, behavioral patterns, like a two sides of a coin. A person who might be a great motivator, a person who is a hands-on person, who is able to guide people, who is able to give the right advice, who's able to lead by example, and who is always, giving you the right solution to your problems, who is able to motivate others, not just because he's good in his own field, but from his own experiences. He can share his failures, he can share his way of achieving success. So those kind of things takes place when an alpha leader is a healthy one. There's another set of alpha leaders who are negative alpha leaders, who can, demoralize a person. They can only know to, rant and rave, that basically rant about after losses, that, oh, you are not a good performer. In fact, have you seen that movie, where that famous movie, I'm just forgetting the name, but where that American movie about the wrestlers, I mean, I'm just forgetting the name, but it'll come back to me. It's kind of a block here right now, but yes, though in that movie there's a coach who is teaching the wrestler about various skills, but the wrestler is saying that, no, I'm not comfortable with this, but the coach is keeping on, keeping on saying to the kept on saying to the player that, no, you have to do this way, this is how I teach you, and this is how you have to perform. So and in fact, that way the player, when she went and performed in the big games, she lost out. I mean, she was not comfortable with the coaching technique. So in sports also, you have got those kind of leadership, or those kind of people, those kind of coaches, who are good and bad. So as I was talking about the bad coach will be somebody who will not be able to, might be able to teach you techniques and all, but communication skill wise, mental ability wise, will not be a good one. And there might be some people who just don't want to listen to others. There are certain coaches or certain managers who just keep on saying their own things. I mean, they only give their own opinion, they seldom listen to others, and that's where the problem lies. You have to have a good two-way communication channel in handling teams, handling individuals, if you want to drive them towards productivity. Because you just can't be giving asking all the questions and giving all the answers. So you can't be like that. So this is where I think Indian sports really need to change. Of course, this will take some time. We have seen a lot of things happening in Indian sports. We have seen things like the Khelo India initiative. We have seen another campaign like the Target Olympic Podium scheme, which is the top scheme, also happening. But end of the day, it's the result that matters. And unfortunately, we won't be having a better result than Tokyo, which we had 7 medals. Maybe we might. I don't know if the athletics team and the hockey team who we have probably left, might, even the table tennis team might also get us some good results. You never know. But these are some learnings. And one thing is very clear: success might teach you a lot of things, but it is a failure that teaches you more. And India must learn from this Olympics that there are many things they have to do as a great nation. We are a rising nation. We are a nation that is, has done wonders in the last 10, 15 years. But Olympics is one field that where we have to really, really go up. We have done well in the Asian Games. Our rankings have improved in the Asian Games. Our productivity has improved in the Asian Games. In fact, in the Commonwealth Games also we have been good enough, and your rankings have improved. Our medal count has improved. But the Olympics is where we are struggling. And probably I would put it across as a mental barrier that we have to cross. Top players have lost in the Olympics. In fact, the top player in badminton, Shi from China, he lost out. He lost out, and there are many players who have lost out. Carlos Alcaraz lost to Djokovic, although that was a fantastic match. But Alcaraz was in top form. He was young. He was energetic. He had absolute ability to play on clay, but he lost out. So Olympics requires mental conditioning. It is the mental ability more than talent that will make you cross the final barrier. Of course, besides that, there are many things that need to be developed, like nurturing talent from at a very grassroots level, grooming them, giving them a lot of exposure to high-end coaching and training schemes. But the mental ability also needs to be taught. So I hope we develop those things in India, and we have a big change coming in the sports management, I would say. And hopefully these things will help Indian sports, absolutely all Indian sports, grow, not just cricket. I mean, we know cricket is a big success story, and there are many things about cricket that even the other sports can adapt and copy. So that's it. I mean, these are some things I wanted to say, and hope you like it. And please give your views also, because your views matters. And I feel Indian sport in the next 10-20 years growing, provided we do the right things and at the right time. So as it is said, let me end this in this way. So what is success? Success is a combination of right preparation and grabbing the right opportunity at the right time. So if you do not prepare well, and when you get the opportunity, if you do not grab it well, you'll not achieve success. So let me end it at this point, and hope you like this video, and please like, share, subscribe to my channel, and of course I look forward to your comments too. Thank you so much.